Hello guys, welcome back to the garden. My name is Elias Castillo and I am with EMC Outdoors, and today is March 16th and it's a bit cold. It's about 43 degrees today, but I want to do some gardening and I'm a gardener, so whatever weather, we gotta roll with it. So I'm gonna be transplanting some of my asparagus. I have prepared a bed here already and I'm gonna be planting them along the fence line. This fence line gets a lot of sun. Oh, there's Kayla the dog. So this fence line gets a lot of sunlight, even though it's kind of behind my house. The east is towards my right, so the sun comes out. I'm sorry, the south is towards my my right hand side. So east is right in front of me basically, and the sun comes out this way, and it goes in front of my house, and then half the yard here is shaded. So about this half closer to the house is shaded, and then the other half here is quite sunny actually. So I have been watching it for the last few weeks and kind of learning how the sun travels around my property. So now I know that I can plant some stuff here that requires some sunlight, about 6 or 8 hours of sunlight, and I will definitely get that. So I will actually be using this little bed right here. It's about 8 feet or so, and the bed is about 2 feet wide, so I think it's enough space for all of my asparagus. So this is what asparagus looks like if you've never seen it. The shoots will come out of the top here, and all of the shoots that come up are actually a plant, and we just eat the young shoot. So if you have asparagus, this is underneath there. I've actually been able to propagate asparagus by collecting seeds. So these guys, when they get mature, about 2 years old, they actually start producing seeds, and you can take those seeds at the end of the season, pick them from the plant, and then put them in the ground wherever you want your next asparagus seed to be. And they usually sprout out, and they look like little tiny, they almost look like ferns or like a tiny pine tree. So I'll show you guys what those look like in the spring when I get some around my property. I just planted some last year from here. So I have a 5-gallon bucket full of asparagus, and believe it or not, that can produce maybe last year I probably picked around 5 pounds of asparagus from just those plants alone. It's going to be a little hard to do that this year because I am transplanting them, so they might be a little bit shocked, but I think they'll do okay. So when planting asparagus, you will need to prep your bed ahead of time, and what I have done here is I have actually prepped the soil by tilling it. So I have tilled this soil with a rototiller, and I'll put a link in the description below to the one I use. You want to plant this about a foot deep, so it's pretty deep, because otherwise they get frost damage, or they can get frost damage. So I'm going to be using my shovel to make really big holes in here and actually putting this in the ground and then just covering it. Should be pretty simple, shouldn't be too difficult, but we'll bring you guys back when we're ready. The dog is doing all sorts of funny stuff, so I just want to make sure she's not digging up my yard. So I have dug my soil here about a foot, just about. So I have dug up my hole here, and I have a little helper, so she's been helping me. Not really. And then I'm going to be adding my asparagus to the hole. It's going to be about 6 inches deep, and then I'm going to be adding another 2 inches on top, so about 8 inches of topsoil. It's going to be good. I hope I'm not digging it too shallow, but I think this will be perfect. So once you've dug the hole, just lay it down, and that's all you need to do basically. Just like that. And then we're gonna cover it back with the soil, and I'm gonna be doing more soil on top like I said, and we should be good. Okay, I have about 10 plants to do, so let's get digging. One more thing when planting your asparagus, there's a bottom and a top, and sometimes you can see these little fibers. This is from the old plant from last year, so look for the little fiber, and that goes up, and then the rest goes down. Okay, so that's basically it. I think it was around 10 or 12 plants altogether. So, little bare here, but in about 8 feet and 2 feet wide. And hopefully we'll have some asparagus this spring. You're not supposed to harvest so much from the first year after you transplant it, but I'm still gonna pick a few, doesn't matter. Those plants are really strong and they should be able to make it. So I'm gonna add some leaf grow now, which is a compost made out of leaves. And other than that, this is gonna be good. It's supposed to rain at the end of the week, so they don't need a whole lot of water, so we should be okay. So that is basically how you transplant asparagus. If you go to the store, you'll find those little roots, and they'll be a little bit shaped into like more long pieces. And just look for that little bit of shoot at the very top, and make sure that you plant that towards the top. And make sure you amend your top of the soil here with a little bit of compost, because the asparagus will appreciate that. And that's all you got to do. And now you can harvest for many, many years to come. Just remember that the first year is going to be just a little pickings, and you can pick more and more as the plants get established. Please subscribe to the channel. It lets me know that you are enjoying this content, and make sure you give it a like. It really helps the algorithm here. And if you are planting any asparagus, do you want to grow any purple or green? The one that I just planted is green. I've seen purple before, but the taste is the same, so I'm growing green for this time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. See you guys on the next one.